Life sucks. Life really sucks in general. There's gonna be a point in time where your friends or your day ones are not gonna be there for you in the long run. There's gonna be things that will happen that will literally change you as a person, and you have to realize that you yourself are the only person in this world that can change everything within a year or two. I'd like to roughly explain why you, the individual, are not a boring person. Boring people tend to do the greatest thing in the world. Boring people tend to be millionaires. Boring people tend to be athletes. Boring people tend to do incredible things that you will never know because every single boring person is always under the rug, building their craftsmanship to the point where it builds and grows and it becomes well known worldwide. There's so many people out there in this universe who were just in the gutter and they didn't do anything else but evolve and build the thing that they've always wanted to do in their entire life. Even the reason why I am doing YouTube as a whole is just because this is something that I've always wanted to do when I was 14. Like I always say in my videos, being 14 and having that level of belief is good. And it's also insane because when you have things that you think that it's just not gonna work and you still believe in it, that is special. That is super, super special. I want you guys to think about the past and I want you to think about the moments in which where something really bad happened. And I want you to look at that other person that you were with and how comes they themselves had this sort of like aura in which where they don't really think too much and they believe that everything will be okay. Why do you think that belief system is there for most people? I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Because the experiences that people receive as they get older, they tend to be numb of a lot of emotional factors too. Anything can happen to you right now, but you're not gonna care. You can go to debt. You can be in debt right now, but you know what you're gonna do? You're not gonna care too much about it, and you're gonna believe that you will work things out. There's so many people who have been in hell and they've climbed all the way up to heaven, to Vinland, to a place where people want to actually be. So I will say this once and for all. You will never be a boring person. You will never be a boring person because your experiences and the things you love to talk about, I want you just to talk about them on your channel or anything that you're even doing. Anything that you're doing. And when you're working, you can always work in silence. Nobody really has to know what you're doing. My day ones, my day ones are not gonna, actually, my day ones are not with me anymore. And I'm gonna roughly explain why. The only reason why is just because I've been stagnant and I've just been in this house making videos on YouTube. That play button that a lot of YouTubers really want. Many people get it easily, but many people, they don't get it for years. But the people who work for years and they upload videos on YouTube for years, that feeling of getting the play button is way more satisfying compared to like you knowing the game and you getting the play button in any sort of channel or whatever. But The channels that get play buttons, that's like a personal channel. Let's say me, right? I have this channel. I have other channels that are doing well. However, if this one in particular was to get a play button, that is something that is super, super valuable compared to like the other channels. Something that you do personally and it works well, people tend to enjoy it a lot more often. When anyone is even speaking in front of the camera, it's very difficult for them to even know what to say, but you still do it anyways because hey, that's just how the game is. That's just how the game is. So I will roughly say this again and again. Being boring creates value. You being bored, you tend to be super, super creative. I want you to even remember the times when you were a kid. When you were a kid and you were bored, what did you do? You try to find ways to be active. And that's how civilization really worked out. It's because they were bored. And the reason why they became actually really good at their craft is because they started experimenting and taking action of things that they didn't even understand about. How was fire made? You know, how was those darts? How were they made? The arrows, any sort of like weaponry, like how was it made? It was made due to someone just looking at anything and maybe looking up the sky and just thinking of ways on how to make their life easier. That's why you don't have to be the best person in the room. You really don't. Just build your craft, enjoy life, and just experience it as a whole. I know there's so many people who have dreams out there, and the dreams that you want to pursue will come into fruition. Dude, I love that word. Let me not even lie to you. But it's real, and I want you to live it, breathe it, and never run from it. Hmm. The people who really want to do whatever they want, it's deadly. It's think about the Thanos thing that I keep on talking about. With all six stones, he can just snap out of his fingers, and the universe will cease to exist, and he calls that mercy. I've read a little bit of the quote in Thanos, but that thing is cool because think about it. The guy has done a lot of things just to, you know, to make his dream a reality. But yeah, you don't really have to be Thanos, like I say. You don't really have to. But everything will work out just fine. Everything will work out just fine. Don't think you're the ugliest person to start a YouTube channel because because it really doesn't matter. Your relatability is key. So stay safe, y'all.